What's up, guys? So after getting home and reviewing all the footage I got of my previous cars, um, yeah, I guess my mic fucked up. So I'm filming on my iPhone. Quality's probably not gonna be that good, but whatever. So I thought I'd kind of re-up on that video and you know, do a better video of my previous cars with better audio. Because half the time you couldn't hear shit. It was just all mumbly and it sounded like shit. So I'm going to start off with my first car. First car I had was a 98 Civic Si. I bought it for $400. Didn't drive it. I just parked it in my garage and worked on it endlessly. Then I started getting in trouble because I live in a condo, and you're not supposed to do anything on the driveway. Me being a fucking idiot, did shit on the driveway, and so I started getting in shit. So I had to get rid of the car. And at that time, I had just gotten my license, so I was thinking to myself, okay, well, I can keep the car in the garage and not do anything to it, or I can trade it for a good, reliable daily. So that was the biggest mistake I ever made. But I traded it for a 2001 Honda Civic DX, I think. Roll up windows and shit. It was a sedan, almost like the one we're in now, except 4 doors. So I got sick and tired of that one being so plain Jane, and it was gutless. Had no balls. It was stupid. So I went out and I bought lowering springs, I bought intake stuff, I bought muffler, full exhaust system, lugs, I don't know. Bunch of random pointless bullshit just to make the experience a little bit better. But, yeah, that car didn't last too long. I only had that one for about 4 months. After that, I got rid of it, traded it to a buddy. And he traded me, I think it was a 95 EG hatch with the JDM ZC swap, single cam swap. That thing was pretty cool. It had Skunk 2 Pro Series coilovers. The interior was done nicely. It was stock interior minus quick release steering wheel. It had purple bandana headliner. The little tailgate thing that folds down in the back, that was purple bandana. That was basically it. It was kind of stock. I put wheels on it, drove it for a little while, liked it, but the floors were rotted out of it, so I ended up getting rid of that one, and I got a newer sedan. I think it had power windows, all that fancy shit. It wasn't too bad. Came with a lot of shit too. That's why I originally did it. Came with drag DR46 wheels. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but they almost look like Workmeister S1s. They were chrome lip, gold center, 15 by 8. They weren't bad. They're pretty decent, I guess. But came with those wheels, full stereo system. What else did it come with? Axle back exhaust, so it wasn't a full exhaust, just a muffler. It also had lowering springs and a full rear subframe brace, control arms, Beaks bar, all that shit. So it was pretty nice. That one was a nice daily. And in a way, I kind of regret getting rid of that car just because it ran so great. And I beat the shit out of it. I tracked it so many times, and it never gave me issues. So that car lived on for about 6 months. I got rid of that one and got my 98 SI back, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't remember like 100%, but got that one back and did some more stuff to that. I'm forgetting a few actually. I did have a BMW. It was a 2001 323i. It was white exterior, black leather interior, 5-speed manual. It wasn't bad, but I think it was a heap of shit, low key. Like, under the car, it was completely rotted out. There was no mounts anywhere on the car. And I looked under the car before getting it, and it looked like it was okay. So, I'm like, all right, well, let's take a job at it. Bring it to my dad's buddy's shop, and we go to put it on the hoist. Well, don't you know, the hoist starts going up, but the car doesn't. It fucking crunched up driver's side skirt, and like popped it off, and passenger side went straight up through the floor and came like in the back, like on the floor in the back. It was fucking jokes. So I told him to drop it off the hoist. Oh, not to mention, like, once it did, like, we got it up off the ground, and the rear end was hanging, I guess you could say, like, on an angle. It was fucked. So I told him to drop it off the hoist, and yeah, I got rid of that car, gave it to my buddy for parts, and he gave me a green 98 SI. And it wasn't too bad. The paint was really nice on it, but it needed outer tie rods, inner tie rods, and lower ball joints, I think. And at the time, I wasn't like too big into the mechanic side of things. Like, I could do it, but it was, one of those things where I was like, do I want to do it, or just want to, throw some coils on it and, let someone else deal with it, right? So I ended up throwing coils on it and letting someone else deal with it. Yeah, that's... no, actually, one more. I had a 2000 Jetta VR6, 5-speed manual, black leather interior, and it was Lagoon Blue, I think. That's how you say it, Lagoon Blue, Laguna Blue, I don't know. It was blue. It was a sick car, that thing was nice, but I got that from a buddy's grandpa who was, like, sick of the car. He didn't want to fuck with it anymore because it was misfiring. So I ripped it all apart, ripped the whole front clip out of it, and pulled the heads off of it to see what the fuck was going on. And turned out to be bent valves because the timing guides were all messed up. So at that point, I was like, fuck, do I fix this and drive it, or do I just get rid of it? So the money wasn't too great at that time, so I decided to just get rid of it. And I traded that actually for a 98 hatchback Civic. And at that time, I had the two cars. I had the 98 Civic SI, my first car that I bought, and that Jetta. So I was like, you know what, I'll trade it for a parts car. Ended up trading it for that hatch. Started ripping the hatch apart. I had plans to build up that hatch and have like a sister-brother kind of combination going on with the hatch and the coupe. But since that didn't really work out because the hatch was all rusted and the, the lower rad support, I guess you could call it, there was like nothing left of it, and it had rust on the quarters, and it was like Bondo, and I don't know. So I was like, all right, well, I could take most of the shit off of it and put it on the coupe, because the coupe needed some stuff. So I did that, ripped the motor out of it, ripped the trans out of it, took the interior out, harness, ECU, all that kind of crap, and I scrapped the car, actually. Didn't get much. I honestly, surprisingly, I only got $90 for the car. It had nothing in it, but I mean, still, I thought it had a lot more Bondo than it did. Always sponsor me, Tim's. I'm your most loyal customer. So, anyways, what else did I have? I don't know. That was basically it. All that I can remember. If I remember any more in the future, I'll definitely do another video. But yeah, the last. Oh, aha. So I'll get to this real quick. And I'll make it short. But I ended up just recently back with the 98 SI, the first car I bought, and by that time, every time I had gotten it back from someone, I just would put more work into it, and then I'd give it away again for whatever fucking reason, and they wouldn't do shit other than beat the piss out of it. So I got it back the last time. That was the last time I ever seen this car. The new owner completely fucking ruined this car, but whatever. Not my problem anymore. Last time I had this car, I got it back from the last owner, and he beat the shit out of it to the point where it had rod knocks, spun a bearing, and I think cracked another bearing in half. So what I did was I took the bearings out, all blueprinted the bottom end, and threw new bearings into it, and it was good for like I think 2 months, and then after that it just lost the bearings again. So I said fuck it, because I had that D15 just chilling on the on the engine stand at home in the garage. And it was really unappealing to the eye just because of, you know, aluminum blocks and years of them being in the car to turn that dusty looking crappy color. So I didn't really want to fuck with it, you know, but I said, you know what? I'm going to stick it out this time. I'm going to do it properly. I always wanted to swap a JDM D15 into the coupe, but I never had the motor. So anyways, I did that. And new rings, new bearings, seals, all that shit. And I put it in the car. Ever since then, it was mint. Never gave me issues, never burnt oil, cracked VTEC stupid hard. And then the transmission blew up, so I did the transmission again. So I got tired of the coupe again. I don't know why. The thing looked fucking sick last time I had it. So I got sick of that, and I wanted a sedan because I'd never had a 98 sedan. So I traded a buddy of mine, and he had a blown up sedan. Thing was okay. It had a lot of rust on it though, and I found that out after. I asked him before, just hoping he'd be honest with me because, you know, I didn't have too many good reviews of him from other people. But I gave it a chance, you know. I was like, all right, you know, fuck what these people are saying. This is my boy. I'm gonna see if he's actually lying to me. And sure enough, you know, I got the car. I checked it out half-ass, just because, you know, I'm not gonna be a douchebag about it. And right to my friend's face and be like, yo, this car's a piece of shit. So I kind of checked it out. There was some stuff I could deal with. Found a hole in the floor while I was there, and he looked at me. He's like, oh, I didn't know that was there, blah, blah, blah. So got home, put the car up on jack stands, checked everything, checked the wheel bearings. It needed a passenger side rear wheel bearing, needed passenger side rear control arm swap and trailing arm swap because it was all bent and shit. It needed new drum brakes on the rear, new brakes on the front. Oh god. New wheel cylinders in the rear. New passenger side front caliper. There was a huge hole in the floor underneath the driver's side. Subframe was rotted out of it. There was holes in the quarters at the bottom and at the top where the bumper connects. Car was a mess, but the paint was sick. He did take care of the paint from what I could see, and the paint was nice on it. That's the only reason why I kept it. So it looked like a piece of shit when I got it. I turned it around kinda. You guys are gonna see this picture slideshow in the end of all the cars I've had. But yeah, you'll see. It turned out okay. And then I got rid of that because I was bored of it. I wanted to try an EM2 like what we're in right now. Because I'd never had one, and I've always had the sedans of these. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I want to get the VTEC. I want to get the sunroof. I want to try it in these cars. Did it, and I'm a year and a half later. I still have the car, so that just goes to show. I guess I liked it. And this car never ceases to amaze me. It's been through quite a lot, and I've transformed this thing countless times, but, you know, at the end of the day, I fuck with it. It's a sick car. So that's basically it. That's all that I could really remember right now. Yeah, just let me know what I can improve on in these videos. I'd really like the feedback. Let me know, please. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this fucking video because it's awesome. So, peace.
Renegade, 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 renegade.